Hello guys, welcome to my channel Cyberstreet 7. This is going to be an introduction about the channel. So about this channel, I'm gonna be documenting my journey to becoming a software developer. I'll be talking about programming and I'll be sharing my experiences. A lot of channels always provide you really nice tutorials and so on, but I see a lot of people are always writing in the comment section, oh, what should I do next? Where should I go? Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this and so on. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'll be documenting each step of the way, like how did I build the tutorial, where did I get my informations from, uh, where will I be moving next, what are my resources, how did I do this, why did I do that, what's the point of doing this for the future and so on. Exactly, I also be sharing my mistakes along the road, the mistakes that I do as a person who's trying to become a software developer. See, I got my experience when it comes to programming through the university. I had only 3 courses about programming. We learned about C++, SQL, C Sharp. To be honest, we didn't learn that much or enough to become software developers. Yeah, but I'll be talking about that in another slide. Anyways, exactly what I want to do is share my experiences with you and like my journey. I want to document the journey exactly and not only the destination. I also want to build a community where we keep motivating each other to keep learning and like giving each other tips and like sharing our resources and experiences with each other. Exactly. About myself, so I study biomedical engineering. How did I get to the idea of building this channel? Well, to be honest, I had a course in informatic and I failed like a few times and I was like so depressed and I was like, oh my God, what is this kind of thing? I hate it. I don't want to do it and so on, but I had to pass or I just had to leave the university. So I decided to put my heart into the next exam that I was going to write and really study hard for it. And I went to the library and got a book about how to get started with C++ and after really getting into it and putting my time into it and so on, I saw how actually fun it is if you start understanding what you're doing and the possibilities and the things you can achieve with it. Other than that, it has a really good career perspective. There are a lot of chances and opportunities nowadays. Everybody's looking for programmers and so on, and it's like the place where you can always get into without even having to have a certificate in that place, in that major. Exactly. And I've seen a lot of channels offering really good tutorials and so on, and I wanted to be one of those guys who would be able to help and share his experiences with others while also building my own portfolio on YouTube. Like I've seen like some artists always sharing their artwork and giving like art tutorials and so on, and this is like kind of way to share your portfolio to show the people that you're a good artist. And I think it's the same when it comes to programming. You have to build a really good portfolio on GitHub, and you have to also like show people that you are active in the community and so on. So I decided to start this YouTube channel and build a nice community. Exactly. Okay, so my language of choice is Python. Why Python? There is a lot of hype going around Python right now and a lot of people talking about Python. So I decided to get a book and see what does Python have to offer. If you're interested, the book is unfortunately in German. It's called Python das umfassende Handbuch, so it will only help my German viewers. Anyways, so the book like gives you general perspective about Python and the things you can do with Python, and it lets you take a look into each area that Python could help you with. And the thing about me is I really don't know where I want to be working when it comes to programming. So I wanted to keep my options open. And with Python, you can do web development with the framework Django, You can program games with Pygame. You can work in data science using libraries like scikit, NumPy. You can also work in AI and machine learning using TensorFlow. You can also like program your own hardware and automate things using Python instead of C. And C is a more complicated language. Exactly, and it's like like I said in you can see in the slide it says beginner friendly because the syntax of Python is pretty easy and there are a lot of things that Python does for you as a programming language that other programming languages don't do. You'll have to program it manually. Python has a really big library which offers you a lot of possibilities. With a few lines of code you can achieve so much. Exactly. And with the thing that you can write it once and run it everywhere, uh, it's pretty similar to Java as a language. You could write on a Mac a Python code and you can run it on a Linux or a Windows. You can write a Python code on a Windows and then you can run it on a Linux or a Mac and so on. But like other programming languages don't offer you this possibility. For example, you got C Sharp, which is like only for Windows. I mean, they are working on a framework called, I think, I'm not sure to be honest, .NET Core or something where you could run it on several places if you got the compiler or something like that. But unfortunately, it's not like Python, for example, where it runs everywhere. And why Python, for example, and not Java? Because in Java you'll have to put a lot of time into writing a code. If you want to do something with Java, you'll probably have to write 10 lines of code while writing one line of code with Python. So Python really saves you time when you want to write programs. You can achieve so much with it with a few lines of codes. Yeah, and why, for example, Python and not C++? There are so many things you could do with C++, but the time that you take to write something with C++ is a really long time, and there are not not as good libraries as there are in Python. For example, when it comes to web development and data science, you'll have way easier time using Python. Exactly, it keeps your options opened. And yeah, I hope you guys join me in this journey. I'll be sharing with you a Discord server and the links in the description, sorry. I'll be sharing with you a Git server, but for the beginning I think probably there will be no complicated codes to share over there, but maybe in the future. I'll put an Instagram profile, a Facebook group, so we could build, like I said, a community where we share knowledge with each other and keep each other motivated and so on. Anyways, that's it for me. I want to thank you guys for listening to me and investing your time, and I wish you good luck.